Another bunch of relics. Religious tourism isn't the most effective thing in the game. Well, I'm not worried about that at the moment, though, because eventually the world will follow my religion and I will steal Christo Redentor, which is in Ethiopia. I did spot it earlier. I need to just deal with the anti-air. I'm going to unleash some bombers on the city. I will take damage, but this is why I save promotions on bombers, so that I can heal them very quickly. And this will actually give them all the anti-air buff anyway. So it's good that we do it at some point. I can even get my fighter to strike, but actually fighter's just going to work on the units. It's exactly what it's built for. If I can get strafe up on the promotion, that'll be nice as well. Ethiopia has just got to space. They are satelliting it up. Oh, we need to rush. Don't forget, we need every victory project. So getting rocketry is quite important. Goddard would be cool as well. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to save my faith up to get Goddard. I'm saving my gold up to get the aid request. Oh man, it's like trying to juggle 700 plates. The religious victory will come with the domination victory. I'm trying to push the population of this city as high as I can. Look at these internal trade routes. They're pretty good. Another 6 food in Edern, but 5 turns and it can build another district. I just built an entertainment complex in Sparta. Can you bread and circuses? Is this going to be enough to push this below 0? I just want Istanbul to be absolutely flipped. Just flip over. One of the cool things I was thinking of as well is that this game may go quite late, so we're going to see some of the later game projects we don't normally see. So I'm thinking they're the one that makes cultists a little bit stronger. That could be fun. Oh, my bombers are taking some significant damage now, but as I say, as long as they promote, this is all fine. I can level them up and keep them alive in this way. But look, I think actually that has effectively knocked the city to 0. Yep, it has. Perfect. Now all I need is a fast unit to start getting through. And there is a road into Valletta, so if I pull the cavalry up, that might be a good thing. I'm just aware of this machine gun, though. I need you to get lost. Here comes the privateer to start ruining their day. 500 gold. This is how we're going to win the aid request. The rest of my units, though, my navy is not going to go anywhere near. And the reason for that is because machine gun army resistance in the Babylonian cities means that any boat is going to just get shredded to bits if it goes near the steel walls. So probably best I don't go near. Oh no, the privateer just got one shot, even though there are no units near it. That's fun. The visibility on some of those attacks can be really fairly 50-50. But here comes the Babylonian machine gun armies. I'm actually quite pleased I have a Persian fighter in the sky trying to deal with this sort of stuff. Now that I've got space race, here's globalization. Towards air units, that's good. A bit more science per turn as well. Trade route capacity, not capacity, but better trade routes. But there's a lot to like in that particular civic. Now my cavalry is now in range of the city. It's whether or not I feel I need to give it like a little love tap to get it through. Don't think I do. I think that will flip. It's a little risky. I don't really want to send another bomber that way because the bomber probably will die unless I attack it with the fighter. Could attack it with the fighter. Yeah, let's attack with the fighter just to be super safe. There we go. Malgium has been taken. City is mine. Keep it. Loyalty. Oh, it's almost loyal already. Oh, perfect. And again, all I'm going to do is just 80 faith. Just to put ancient walls into the city quickly. Okay. It's pretty weak as attacks goes, but at least they won't be able to just sort of walk into the city with machine guns now. Oh, I realize I'm being really silly. The aid request is towards Babylon, isn't it? So I can't give them gold. It's just projects, and Georgia is putting like 600 gold's worth of projects every turn in. Wow, that machine gun it advanced on me and killed a bombard. Very powerful bombard as well. I don't like that. Oh dear, what can you do? That's a Babylonian anti-air gun. Stop bringing actual anti-air to the party, Babylon. I preferred the version of the AI that was really inept. Why are you fighting back? Don't fight back. It's actually, it really is quite good to see. I'm quite happy to see this. All right, well, my gold then is suddenly available to use, which is quite nice. St. Basil's Cathedral built in my capital. This means that I get 100% religious tourism from the city, and it has 3 slots for my unholy, deathly relics that I've got my reliquary religion on. It's all more tourism. As I say, my numbers are big, 1,400 tourism per term. it's really bad. None of it is actually applying properly. Like Ethiopia is only getting 300 per turn. Ottoman's like over 1,000. I need Cristo Redentor, and that is very safely tucked away somewhere in Ethiopia at the moment. So yeah, this attack needs to pick up speed. At the moment, all of my gold and resources are being absolutely charged into bombers and air force. That's what I need at the moment, and that's what I will take. The other thing I'm doing is just making sure my latent tourism is working nicely. So trade route with Ethiopia, for instance, isn't something I have. So we'll just get one of those. There's a bit more tourism. Hey, 25% makes a big difference. It's worth like 200 because it helps to get rid of some of my religious difference bonuses. Rocketry is just finished as well. That's awesome. Capital, I need you to get me the Royal Society, because that's the only way we're going to rush these projects through, and then we're going to get the spaceport down. Yeah, unfortunately that Alcazar's got to go. I'll take that city sometime, though, so we're not going to hold our breath on that one. Doing some good damage to the city over there, however. Where's my other... Have I only got one bomber in the city? No, I've got two. Oh no, I've got a fighter. I thought I moved. Oh no, the fighter moved, but it didn't move properly, did it? Let's get this promotion quickly. Cockpit armor. Perfect. I'm just going to keep my troops safe from the machine guns and keep the machine guns, like, being brought into the Empire. Like, my troops will heal eventually. Like, they're getting there slowly. In fact, actually, anti-tank crew, that's a good upgrade. That's a really good upgrade. Bam. That's a 100 strength attack with fascism on a city. So we need a few of those if we can. Rocketry is brilliant. I'm going to unlock satellites briefly, and then I'm going to start charging towards refining. I'm avoiding steel for as long as I can get away with it, but I'm going to have to just bite the bullet in a bit, I think. And this aid request is not working, so I'm going to stop doing it. These big games, they always just take such micromanagement because it's like, how many cities do you have? How many do you want? I have to say, Ethiopia is going absolutely mental at the moment. They're up to almost 1,200 faith per turn, which is pretty good, but they are Void Singers, which means they're getting like 35% of that into science and culture. That's why they're on like almost 1,000 per turn on turn 186. It's pretty brutal. Let's eke as much as we can out of this particular conquest. This caravel can move on to Vital and pillage before we end up taking the city. That is something that I like a lot. We can also take care of this fighter. The anti-aircraft gun gives less anti-air than the battleship does, so actually that's not too bad. I have seen worse. But we can do one attack like that, and we could stop to do some pillaging. This particular city, though, it's high pop. I think I'm just going to take it, like so. Oh, yeah. Really good pickups. No campus in this city, which is unbelievable, considering it's a Mongolian city. Thank you, Goddard. Praying for you and your help. Tesla. Yeah, I don't need Tesla, but Goddard is like 40% extra production towards rocketry and rocketry projects and all of that stuff. It's wonderful. That is a good pickup for us, a really good pickup. All right, we've capped out on all of these relics, by the way. There are no more Void Singers in the game that can give us, cultists that will give us those great work. So I'm going to just keep, like, tickling Istanbul, stopping it from getting too far, but we're building a population around it. Like, this is getting really close. I reckon we can flip Istanbul soon. That would be, as I say, it's a capital I don't have to take myself. It makes a huge difference. Oh, I lost another bombard. Oh, the bombards are struggling to stay relevant. They really, really are, but luckily my air force is still reigning supreme. There's an airstrip. There we go. We can just keep moving our bombers, just edging them forward slowly, especially as we continue to pillage. Oh, yes. Especially as we continue to pillage. How many can I get away with on this tile? Quite a few. Yeah. That's a good little science burn. Actually, we can take more this city. Yeah, perfect. Right, cavalry. Pillage. There's satellites. Now that we've got that, I need to go down the bottom of the tech tree, as I say, to refining. Oh, we don't have long with steel. Never mind that. That's fine. And here is the next Babylonian city. So as I said, we did a little bit of pillaging that. We'll get in the ancient walls so we can immediately attack. And as I say, yeah, Renaissance walls are the priority for us right now. Anywhere that can get them is just, it's more and more diplo favor, more and more tourism, all the good stuff, really. Globalization. I mean, economic union has been quite good for me. It's just the government. The government is just a bit useless. It's too military focused, and I need some economy stuff. It's all good. International Space Agency, that's like 300 science per turn. And e-commerce, we're going to pop that in as well. Tier 4 governments. That's what I'm looking forward to. A Tier 4 government. I like the fact that you get science from pillaged spaceports. That's awesome. Refining has been stolen. Oh, Babylon is giving me so much science. It's brilliant. This city, the air defenses have divided. There is a battleship fleet which has been causing me all kinds of grief. But I'm hoping by going into the lake like that, they've kind of offered an opportunity for me to hit it. Bombard shoots a battleship. That sounds about right. I mean, sure. Bombard shoots the battleship again, and then my fighter can come in and kill the battleship. There we go. We opened up this attacking parameter a little bit. There is anti-air in the city. I cannot lie. I cannot deny the presence of anti-air in the city, but luckily, as we said before, we can promote our bombers in order to just sort of bypass the damage done to me. And look at that, the city's falling nice and quick. Alas, steel. I can't avoid it anymore. We're going to have to just go for it. Still getting Renaissance walls everywhere I can. And it's still well worth doing, but I always think I'd like to keep it a lot longer than I end up doing. Every time you use an aeroplane to kill a core or an army, you get a beautiful 1 era score, and it just adds up and up and up and up and up. It means that once you get an air force and you're at war, you will never, I repeat, you will absolutely never find yourself in the Dark Age. As long as you keep attacking anyway. Is that Kaka taken? I didn't do much pillaging in that city, but it's a really, really big take for science per turn. Oh, very good. Got a holy site as well. Since when was Babylon trying to get a religion? Pretty sure they weren't. This is the last round of walls. It's painful. I'm going to miss these things, but that's another 4 diplo favor per turn. I'm getting 50 per turn at the moment. Pagodas will always be able to build, but at some point steel had to take over. We had to embrace it into our lives. This was the turn. So now as we take cities, they should have steel walls, which makes them pretty much invincible. It's always good to know. And yeah, we now have to think about what we're doing next. I think getting Biosphere has got to be up there with our priorities now, because we need to focus on the culture a little bit more. So we'll start to pillage through to that one. Oh, it's just these depredation cavalry. They are making their weight in gold look like a pitiful amount. Like they are so good. Helpfully as well, or worryingly, depending on how you look at it, Germany is massively doing the old glitcheroo that we see. They are running carbon recapture pretty effectively in their cities at the moment. It means they've got 1,300 diplomatic favor, which is a problem, but it means that the climate isn't warming. We've hovered around -0.7 and it's gone down now, so they're actually starting to really drag it down. But that's not that you see that often, you know? AI actually running those projects in the same way that the player would totally break the game. It's brilliant to see. Actually, I'm going to start putting solar farms down. Yeah, that's a great idea. Biosphere eventually is going to be really important to pop down. Need to find a river. I have no rivers in my nation at all. So finding a city where we can actually pop it down, it would be tricky. Making our own diplo favor though, removing grievances by liberating a city back to Mongolia. Like, there we go. That should stay stable for now. Babylon made it to space, by the way. They haven't got satellites yet, and Ethiopia is on the moon. So we do have some people that have finished projects. So we're in great need to sweep through to Ethiopia. The Declaration of Friendship will expire with them soon, and they've got -87, -86 for different governments. They really don't like me. What are they? Digital democracy. Well, that'll come in a little handy later when I start, well, attempting to bomb them, declaring war on them. If their troops have negative combat strength, then perfect. Pillage, pillage, lovely, pillage. Great, and now we move on, having pillaged that city into oblivion. That's Babylon's encampment. Perfect. Okay, well, we can now go along and just, again, I would rather repair it than, you know, that's a job for me that I can hold on to for a bit. Build an oil well as well. I swear we had, yeah, we've got 2 sources of oil down here. Let's do that next turn. We'll get combined arms. It's just the fact that my arms are disconnected, you know? I need to fuse them together somehow. Just a mono arm. One large mono arm. Babylon is going to be taken. I think the Renaissance walls should actually stay in the city. Oh, no, they don't. They don't, because I blew them up before I took it over. Yeah. Okay, so if I'd actually taken the city with some city strength left, I think they would have stuck. But alas, not to be the case this time. A nuclear submarine of Babylon's. Fun. Well, now I can't use my Thief from Renaissance walls anymore. Gonna start looking for national parks. Always a useful thing, but national parks are very handy for amenities if nothing else. But I also need tourism that isn't my regular religious tourism, because religious tourism will only get me so far. 62 tourists is very helpful. If I were to knock like everyone out of the game, I could target someone like the Ottomans or Georgia and win a culture victory towards the end. So you need some tourists. I didn't really mention it at the time, but now that I'm attacking Babylon, I am using their holy sites in order to heal faster, because I do, of course, have the Pantheon that gives me healing next to holy sites. I haven't forgotten about it. It's just that Mongolia didn't really build any, so it kind of didn't really matter so much, but I didn't really think about it with this particular military encampment. But if I were to put an airfield next to a holy site, my air units would heal very, very quickly. Just a fun little, I wouldn't even call it an exploit, just a little strategy that you can run there sometimes if you really, really want to boost your airplane healing. It can be often quite a lot of fun. Now that is, I believe, one more city taken from Babylon. It's a shame it never got to finish its spaceport, but what you gonna do? Bombers are so much fun when you get a bunch of them. That city's almost entirely destroyed now. Where's my beautiful cavalry? There it is. Just take the gold off this hill before taking the city for me. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, now that we've got combined arms, I was just going to get the boost from the oil, wasn't I? Get plastics, 2 techs, 1 turn, and biosphere next turn. Excellent stuff. The friendship with Ethiopia has now run out. That's useful. They've got 2,000 military strength. That is less useful. We'll remember that. Oh, I'm only 5 techs behind them now, though. They haven't got nanotech yet, but it's only turn 192. There's a chance if they get the last project into space before we destroy them, we might not be able to even keep them as a culture puppet. Thinking about it, we might have to just remove them from the game entirely, which wouldn't be ideal. Where was the uranium, by the way? Some in the tundra. That's fine. Some under an encampment. Okay, well, this builder's going to be busy getting all of that into my nation, and actually, let's look for more national parks. One down here. Perfect. Good, really good use of faith, this, I think. Oh, these choices are getting difficult. I have collective activism now, and I don't have any space for it in my government. I'm going to have to put it instead of Republican Legacy, which I find a bit annoying, because I really like that card, and I worked hard to get it, but for the culture, I think it's worth it. We might find a few of my cities are getting a little unhappy now. Oh yeah, 23 of them are now unhappy. Oh, my capital's happy, though. That is the main thing. It's in range of a stadium and a water park, isn't it? Aquatic centre. So, yeah, you'd hope it would be fairly happy, but I need more of these buildings. I am starting to build more stadiums in various places, and like if this city would actually turn on, that would be good as well. You need 5 power. Oh, that's a lot of power. Biosphere. Biosphere is possible now. Actually, if this city can already do it. Oh, amazing. Okay, right. Production in Aksu needs to start to increase a lot. In order to do that, I'll treat it to a builder. Another trader will get a good couple of routes going in here. But yeah, that's really handy. Reason I want Biosphere is because I get more power from all of my renewables, but renewable improvements then give you tourism, and that tourism does not get suppressed like religious tourism does. So it's very, very handy to have. Feels wrong for Ursa to pillage a canal, but you know, you have to for the greater good. For the greater good. That is, I think, the last Babylonian city on their original continent. Now, they just have island cities and stuff next to Georgia. As I said, I'm going to leave them my spy city for now, but I need to get across so that I can, preferably I don't need to attack Georgia, I just want to go through Ethiopia, but I might have to burn through Georgia in order to get there. I don't know yet. We'll work out the specifics of it in a little bit. Stealth tech, though, that'll be very handy. Let's get that in. Can quadriremes help take an 80 strength, like, Babylonian city? The answer is weirdly yes. I have a bit of a rubbish navy, but it can do a bit of damage every now and then. Can the Iron Clan take the city now? Oh, it can't. Come on. I don't want to be... Oh, I'm going to lose some random troops now, unless I can get a random cavalry strike. Yes, I can. Oh, from the sea. From the sea he strikes. Oh, lovely. And now I can actually settle this city on top of some aluminium. Been waiting to settle that. That's very handy. Oh yeah, these national parks, I tell you, they are going to do a lot. Each one is worth 6 amenities in my nation. So that's 12 cities, hopefully, that have now been made happy. Keep an eye out for that sort of stuff. It's going to be very, very handy, especially if we've got more areas that national parks can be put down in other areas of my nation. Oh, that's teasingly close. Istanbul is out on 0.8. Oh, and again, that diplomatic victory, those points, alas, we don't get them. We remain on 13 out of 20. 15 out of 20 would have been very handy, but alas, not to be. Computers and one random tech. I love Turing, I love you, but no, I can't go Turing. I can go Einstein though, or research labs providing more science. Yes, please. Fun thing is, of course, as I'm playing as this modded version of Cyrus, every time I take a city, I get a trading post in it. And these trading posts are connecting up really nicely in very weird ways that are totally uncontrollable. But they're producing some decent trade routes, actually. So just stacking these up nicely. What I'm going to do, just thinking about it, is I'm going to plonk myself a nice airstrip just on this little tile there. I need to take the walls of Mari, but this can now attack all of these cities, especially when I get stealth tech, because I was worried didn't have enough range on my bombers, but I think now I've got the capacity to shove them forward a little bit and get them right into the front lines. But the thing about bombers is you need to overload the enemy, right? You need to just throw so many at them that they physically can't repair themselves, and this is kind of what I'm aiming for here. Look at that, starting to happen already. Now, as I'm pillaging more and as I'm getting some gold and my strategics are sorting themselves out, I realize I've got a bunch of oil on this island down here. Like, there's actually 2 sources in range of this city, which is wonderful. Starting now to promote units up. I mean, artillery. Oh, artillery punch. It packs a punch. Like a real punch. So that's a really, really good upgrade for me there. And I've got the oil per turn to support it. But yeah, everything, absolutely everything I can upgrade, I'm spending the gold. We're getting it done. Like even this tank. Oh, that would be a good upgrade. That 102 strength. Oh. Aluminium though, I'm saving up the bombers. As much as I like helicopters, cavalry will have to do for now. Oh, Germany has also gone into space. I am so far behind. You know what? There is a very real possibility that we won't be able to do this. I mean, if I was just trying to win the game, that's one thing. But 5 victory types before the AI even gets 1, there's a huge chance that someone is going to get into space. Like, that's 3 people at the moment trying. Germany, Babylon, and Ethiopia. Now, admittedly, Babylon is controlled, but the other 2 are superpowers. There's no other way of putting it. Absolute superpowers. So by carefully putting railway down here, you can see Babylon have actually made a good attempt at shielding the city with a battleship to stop me bombing it. But alas, it is unfortunate for them that I now have artillery. They do a lot of damage. 113 strength against cities. Oh, that's a big hit. That's a very big hit. In comes the tank, and Mari has been taken. We've bridged onto this little island now. It's just these 3 cities for us to go and take. Luckily as well, I've got a lot of gold. I can go galley to destroyer. I mean, that's an upgrade and a half. Look at that. I'm still massively focusing on city-state quests as well. Everything that I could possibly do is brilliant to see. Oh, Zanzibar. I can just go from nothing to full ownership over Zanzibar. That'll give me 12 more minutes. Look at that. Yep, nothing in my empire is unhappy now. What a pickup. Actually, this is pretty cheeky. I have a holy site that is of a different religion to me. It needs to be fixed, but I could send other religions worth of apostles to go and get killed to get me more relics. I could be like a cheeky way of doing it. Oh, there's stealth tech, by the way. Perfect. As I pick up more and more gold now, I can start to look to upgrade these things. Only 145 gold. Yeah, jet bombers are cheap. Very, very cheap. Well, now that I've got jet bombers, I need to unlock, I've already unlocked solar farms. I need to unlock now wind farms. This is the biosphere. Then we'll go for nanotech. After that point, go for better artillery. Then we'll go for jet fighters. Then we'll go for death robots. One of those sentences that sounds crazy until you realize you're playing Civ. Science advisor, could you learn some environmentally friendly power sources? And when you're done, would you mind looking at the giant death robot? Thank you very much. It's lovely, lovely. Environmentalism gives me another 25% tourism, up to 2,255. Admittedly, most of it is religious. So Ethiopia, for instance, with the penalty for different governments, is on only 884 per turn. Once we remove Germany and Ethiopia from the game, I should be very close. But removing from the game is going to be harder than... because they're doing very well. How am I on tech compared to them now? Ethiopia's on 63. I'm on 60. 63 for Babylon, 50. I'm actually ahead of Germany on tech. That's crazy. Okay, right. Well, we like that. That's a good state of affairs. Jet bombers are hitting with 128 power now. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's the fact that the range is increased as well. People always forget this, but logistics actually increases the range of bombers by 1. So even if you're not moving your troops around, having an extra range on bombers, yeah, stick that card in. In order to get power in cities and better production towards the projects I'm doing, and also extra tourism from the biosphere with the power, synthetic technocracy is what I'm going to get. I could take a science penalty, I could take a combat strength penalty. I think for me right now a tourism penalty is better because we're slowly cranking out the tourism. We can probably afford to lose that one better than anything else. Plus, it's got a really nice set of government cards for me. I quite like that religion. Composites has been achieved. Yay! And another jet bomber. I didn't feel like I had enough jet bombers, so thank goodness we have this one. And now we just simply use our bombers to attack. The range on these things is practically infinite. Nice little piece of gold there. I'll just move to this tile, pillage this, and then go in. Again, don't leave these yields alone. If you can pillage it, you should pillage it. Some more bombers coming along here. I think I managed to do that last city in about 3 attacks. This one might be a tiny bit stronger. Yep, it is a little bit stronger. Not a huge amount stronger though. But I've got the cavalry. A frigate with 97 strength that had. Wow. Oh, okay, those frigates level themselves up nicely. That's really quite good. Istanbul is gaining loyalty every turn, which is annoying. However, finally have the entertainment complex sorted in the adjacent city. So let's get some bread and circuses going. I'm hoping we can just push Istanbul back down now. Oh, it says 1.2. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Well, hey, strafe. Oh, that's a good promotion. 125 unit attack on my fighter now. You love to see it. 2 fantastic great people have just arrived as well. There's Einstein, which is brilliant research labs, and then also Lisboa. 25% less war weariness. I'm going to pop him. Pop him, that's a weird phrase. Right now, that's a lot less war weariness. I like that indeed. And there's Einstein. Boom. Oh, actually, an advanced ballistics got boosted as well. Oh, that's quite lucky. Another 50 science per turn. Hey, it's not much, but it'll do. 1 more city has been taken. Very nice. As I mentioned before, I'm tempted to sort of leave this city alone and have that as the sole Babylonian city. I was going to leave these 2 alone. I've changed my mind on that. Namely, the main reason is because I can actually use them as a staging post to attack Ethiopia. So that is quite exciting. Quite a few bombers though. I'm hoping we should have enough comfortably in the area to take out these 2 cities this turn and force a peace deal. Actually, you know what? Saying that, the melee units may be the limitation here. There we go. Istanbul is finally about to fall. Oh my god, please do it. Kilwa is in this city. I mean, that's the big prize, and that's what I've been going for this entire time. Guidance systems boosted. Oh yeah, look, it's all appearing now. Right, I am going for synthetic technocracy. Lots of power in my cities. That's a big one. It'll push me towards the biosphere tourism really nicely as well. International waters. I no longer need this card. This is just like a total governmental reset. The only ones I know I need in are Republican Legacy and Fascist Legacy. So we've got all 3 legacy cards in now, which is a huge improvement. Logistics is too good. I cannot resist it. I'm also now going to pick up the 15% on space projects because I'm about to pick that up, and accordingly, as well as e-commerce, I'm also going for, where is it, the builder card? Public Works. Perfect. And then it's just a case of what I think is going to give me the best value out of everything else. Liberalism stacks up with Republican Legacy. That'll keep me nice and happy. Economic Union will give me a lot more production. I know 5-year plan will as well. I mean, they're both pretty good cards. I kind of want... Nah, that's fine. That's fine. We've got a bit of extra production for projects. We've got a lot of stuff that we can now boost. Excellent stuff. Right, near future governance. My capital can now work on the first project. 3-turn Earth satellite. It's not bad, is it? And yeah, I did lose a little bit of tourism. Don't worry. We will get it all back very, very soon. Oh, these trade routes are so good because they travel through so many of my own cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before hitting the AI. And then I've got trading posts in all these cities, so it just stacks up so nicely. 194 production. It's not even as high as I think we could get it, but it'll do. It'll do. And some gold every turn until Liang is established in this city. I'm going to just get the builders ready to rock. 6 charges. It's bigger. It's big money. It's good. The city is literally asking me to hit it. It asked me to. That's it's not my fault. Two more cities taken anyway. Babylon is now down to only one. That's fine. I don't mind if you want to keep that city. We can have peace. We can finally have peace. I'm going to want, like, all of your things, but I will take peace. The one thing I didn't do with Mongolia, which I really should have done, and I totally forgot, was to get open borders with them. So I will remember to get open borders now. It's the tourism I need from these little puppet states that's going to win me the tourism victory. There we go. Little city-state vassal. Mongolia still exists, which is quite amusing. 3 population between 2 cities. Yeah, they're not coming back from that anytime soon. Georgia is still an ally for the next 5 turns. I can let that alliance expire, take them over pretty easily, but I think Ethiopia's gotta be my next target. They've already denounced me. I don't have an alliance with them. More importantly, my bombers are kind of already in the area, which is awesome. Fly over, I say. Fly over. Oh yeah, we're going to easily be able to land. Are they in a golden age at the moment? They are. Didn't stop me against Babylon, admittedly, so I'm not too worried if they are in a golden age, but it's something that's always worth keeping an eye on. Look at all these extra spaces I've got to land my bombers now. Hey, Istanbul fell as well. Excellent stuff. Let's get some more cultists on the way. Can't get the relics from them, but we can. Just push Istanbul over the edge. I'm pretty sure that'll flip to me, right? Yeah, easily. Guidance systems done. Nuclear fission is next up. 1,763 science, 1,674 culture, all on turn 200. Hey, come on. It's pretty good. Cultural hegemony. Yep, that's what I want. That'll give me rock bands that will work very well if I need them. I'm hoping I won't, to be honest with you. A rock band game is never something I particularly enjoy. I can use rock bands quite nicely, to be fair, to convert people to my religion. So that's something I can't ignore, but yeah, I don't know if I can be bothered. Oh, Babylon, I was gonna convert you to my religion, wasn't I? That is something I do want to do if I can find myself a holy site that isn't broken and dead. Yeah, so I reckon I probably just need 2 missionaries and that'll be enough. So, yep, make your way to Babylon. That'll convert them to my religion and it'll stop me taking like a minus 50% penalty on tourism there. Also, target number 1 in this war, where was it? There it is. I'm going to put a little sort of attack symbol on it. Actually, no, there's a little target, isn't there? Christo Redentor. It's going to give me a huge amount of extra production. And by production, I do of course mean tourism, which is not production in any sense of the word. Oh dear, what am I doing? Build a rush on the project. Oh, takes a turn off it immediately. Look at that, 6 charge builders, soon to be 7. Just gonna steal Jerusalem quickly from Menelik before we go to war. It's another city-state on side as well, gives me more stats. But yeah, just anything I don't have to fight at the same time is quite a good idea. Actually, Anshan gives me more research lab science as well. So yeah, look at that. Perfect. I love the fact we're still in the industrial era. It's just mad. Anyway, I literally got an offer about 2 seconds ago from the Ottomans to go for a joint war with Ethiopia. So they want it. I might actually have a useful military ally. My troops are merely passing by. Look, I'm going to lie to you. I'm just going to be honest about it. I'm lying. Nobody really cares. Right, where were you, Ottomans? Make deal. Joint war. Golden Age war. Oh, now they want stuff. Hang on. You were literally just offering me this war a second ago. Do you want some coal? They'll just take some coal. A dirty war indeed. Perfect. I'll see if any of my allies want in on this war. They probably won't because Menelik has a huge army. Yeah, look at that. That's it's a lot of gold per turn. Nah, no luck. Hey, it doesn't matter. All I need is good visibility on the AI, and these drones are going to help me do that. Pop you there, and oh yeah, there you go. There's a target. Still need a turn or 2 for my initial troops to arrive, but just gonna lurk. Just gonna lurk. Oh, it doesn't seem like I'm doing a lot of damage to the walls, but they're near steel. They will come crumbling down with enough bomber strikes, so I reckon we can do this. And my capital will do the moon landing. It says 5 turns. It's actually 4. Oh yeah, these builders are good. Next turn I can get an extra charge on them as well. Perfect. You know what I really wish was better was the pathing around coasts and archipelagos and things. Like, it's like, I want my unit here, the field cannon, to go to this lake tile. So, sorry, this coast up, but why are you going on to that land? There's no reason to do that. Stop it. You have to end up moving units like this. It's the most frustrating thing. Oh, hello. Hello. My cavalry was destroyed by an Ethiopian jet fighter. Oh, The AI is using aircraft, everyone. The AI is actually using aircraft. I am excited. That's brilliant. I can't wait. Like, if we get a good air, land, sea battle going with Ethiopia, my day will be made. Honestly, it will. I would be so excited to see something like that. I'm like one of those villains in a movie that just gets excited when the main character can put up a proper fight. They're like, yes, finally. It's kind of how I've positioned myself on this. That is, that's looking pretty nice. How is the loyalty here? Pretty bad. Victor, come and sort that out for me. Thank you so much. Now, I've got myself a lovely little starting location. Has it got a military academy? It does not. Okay, well now it does. Now I can give myself, what was it, a horseman that died? Well, I can get something a little better. Let's get a modern armor army. Always difficult to say, but 112 strength. That'll do as a decent replacement. Just pray it into existence. You know what? Let's not undercook it. Let's get 2. There we go. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Kroger Brand Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennis, Dr. Bob, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!